G'day guys, how's it going? It's Kel from mercuryworkflow.com. I'm a no-code automation developer based out of Brisbane, Australia, and welcome to episode 3 of the Monday Automation Masterclass, where I'll be walking you through a bunch of automations you can build off the back of your Monday CRM. Today, I'll be showing you how to automatically create tasks in Monday.com based off your incoming emails. Google tells me that the average professional spends 2.8 hours, or roughly 28% of their workday, reading and answering emails. To break that down into something more understandable, that's roughly equivalent to everyone in your business sitting down and watching The Godfather Part 1 every single day. This automation is designed to drastically reduce that time by automatically labeling, summarizing, and converting your emails into simple, actionable tasks that appear in your Monday.com CRM. Let's get into it. All right, guys, here we are in Monday.com. I've just built this little board out. This one's called Autotasker, in parentheses Gmail, as that will be the inbox we're watching. So we have, as far as the columns go, well, we have two groups. We have to do and completed. And as far as columns go, we've got a task, a description, a sender email, sender name, an assignee, a status, a priority, a date created, time created, the Gmail thread ID, and then a link to the email thread. These will make sense later on, but you will need all of those columns in order to follow along with this tutorial. Okie dokie. So first thing we're going to do is set up a Gmail module, watch emails. Use this connection. Select the folder. We'll just go with inbox. For our filter, this is where we'll be using a label in Gmail, which I'll show you how to set up now. Actually, first, I'll just send myself an email with a task to do so that we can get this going. Oh yeah, so here we are in Gmail. So I've just sent myself an email saying, hey mate, our client is wondering how you are progressing on the proposal generator. Specifically, they are wondering if it's going to be ready to launch this coming Friday, from Jeff. Okay, so this is just something I've made up. So we will need to see, hold on, why is this taking forever to load? Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we will need to create a label for this automation to work. You can do that by coming down here, and we'll call this label name. This label, call it store. Let's go with Autotasker. And we'll nest this label. Actually, no, we won't worry about that. So we'll hit Autotasker and then hit create. So we'll come to this one. Up here. So this is the only manual step in the automation. You'll come through in the morning and look at your emails and then label them accordingly. Perfect, so that has worked. Come back to our make scenario. What we'll need to do is then click on our Autotasker label here. Copy this. And in our Gmail, we want to copy that. Get rid of the space. Hit save. For the purposes of the demo, we'll hit select the first email. Got this one here. Hit save. And then we will run once and see what we get pulled through. Excellent. So we can see here we have received the email. We've got a subject line. We've got our sender details. We've got our text content. Perfect. Our next step will be coming to monday.com. We want to search items in the board column. There we go. Our board ID will be Autotasker. All right, next thing we want to do is come down here and we want to select Gmail thread ID, and then our column value will be our Gmail thread ID. So we just want to drag that in there. And then hit save. The next step will be to come to flow control, pop in a router, hit the plus sign. We're then going to go to ChatGPT. Model, we'll select GP240. Add a message, system. Make that go away. I'm just going to copy paste mine in and then read it out to you. Okay, so I've just copy pasted in our 3 prompts. If you've watched any other videos, you'll recognize the first section here. Prompt number 1 is a developer/system prompt, which reads, "You are a helpful, intelligent writing assistant who is tasked with reading incoming emails and turning them into actionable tasks for our team. You are to create the following fields. Number 1, task title, a 3 to 4 word summary of the task. And then number 2 is a description, which is a more detailed description. We then instruct it to output in JSON, but do not include the word JSON in our output. The only reason I do that is that ChatGPT likes to bug out sometimes. I don't know whether it's a me issue, but this works. Works for me at least. The next message is a user message where we tell it what it needs to analyze. This is just the text content from our Gmail module. And then the third and final prompt, which I will capitalize, we are just telling it how we would like it to format its output. So we'll hit save. The next step is to set up a filter on this one. We're going to drag in our monday.com ID and we're going to check it does not exist, because this row of the automation will be to create the task. This one here will basically perform a check. If it already exists, then update an item. Hopefully that all makes sense. So let's just hit run and see if anything breaks. Cool. So we will have to do this about 1,000 times while we're testing it, but we would just charge through. Select the email and then hit run. Perfect. We've ended up in our ChatGPT module with our output of task title and description. Perfect. Our next step will be a pass JSON module. The string we're going to be looking to pass will be choices, message, content. Hit save. I'm then going to set some variables, as I always do. Let's go with task title. And then we'll do task description. Hit save. Hit run, see if we need to do that reset again. Yep. Why is that bugging out? Oh, this time it's worked. Select that, let's run it. Run it again. Why is that bugged? That time it worked. Like that, so we'll set our variables now. Task title and task description. Perfect. Our next step will come to Monday and we will create an item. Item name will be our task title. Come down here to our board, auto tasker. Put it in our to do. And this is where we start to assign all of our different values. Let's have a look at our board. Make sure we get this in the same order. So we want description, sender email, sender name, assignee. We want description. Value will be task description. Collapse that. We want a sender name. Which will be in this one. Collapse that. We want to drag in the email address next. So the difference here is this will be the email that it links to, and this will be the text that's displayed. So you could just write their name here, or just drag in the sender name there as well. But I like to just keep it as the actual email. Let's do date created next. Go to timestamp. We'll hit now. Time created will also be now. Oh, sorry, time created will be the where is it? Oh. I'm going to do it all again. Bugger. I'll just do all this and then get back to where we were. Alright. We go on time created. Drag in now. Now I want that to be the Gmail one. Somewhere here. Let's run with that, see what happens. So we're going to do our status. Which should be a drop-down box. Go label and working on it. Okay, next one will be a Gmail thread ID. And we will drag this ID in. And finally, the link to the email thread. Now, you will have to write a bit of code here, but nothing major. So we want replace message link semicolon parentheses backslash forward slash u backslash forward slash d plus backslash forward slash parentheses. Is that right? Why is that bugging? That's worked. Cool. Then need a semicolon, and then we need to come to this one and plop in empty string. Okay, cool. So I've just like copy pasted this in. This is what you need to do to make it work. This just basically makes sure that the correct message link is displayed. Gmail's pretty smart. It's usually pretty good at doing it anyway, but this is just some logic. So I suggest pausing and copy pasting that string in. Yeah. Don't do that though. Yeah, you want that like that. Then we'll hit save. All right, I think we are ready to run and see what happens in our Monday.com CRM. Okay, it's too close to the loom thing. One sec, guys, my dog is looking out the doorway. Crisis averted. She's allowed inside. Let's hit run. Let's go over to our auto tasker. Sweet, you can see that's updated. We have all of our fields populated, other than the ones we are going to populate ourselves. So, to be specific, you'd want this to sort of pop in and then you would assign team members. Obviously, this is a demo one, so it's only got me there, and you would assign priority. Cool. So let's go back to make and fill out the other half of the automation. Okay, so I've just set up the filter on the bottom half of the router, and this one is the same as this one up here, except we are checking that it does exist. You can just duplicate these ones because they are all functionally the same. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that you could probably just set all of your variables here. Might be best practice to set everything, like all of these Monday.com things we fill in, all of these columns the values and stuff, may be best to just set them as variables here, so it's a bit simpler to drag it all in. But that's sort of dealer's choice. All right, so come here. We just need to drag this all back in again. Message, content. Get rid of those. Save that. Do this for the 1 millionth time. Oh, it didn't select an email. So you can see by doing the top side first, we've automatically checked this filter. Because in our Monday.com CRM, the ID we're checking against already works because we've created the task here. So past JSON is working. Come to our tools, drag in task title and description. Now we're going to want to come over to Monday, and it'll be update column values for a specific item. So it's functionally the same. We'll select our board. And then we want to map the ID to this ID. And then we come through and change all of our column values. I'll do that and just skip forward because it's essentially the same as the one above. Just give me 1 sec. Cool, so I have set up all these variables. We'll hit save. And then we'll hit run one more time. Make sure nothing's broken somehow. Done. Cool. So that's all popped in and updated. We can access the email just by clicking the link. This takes 3 business days to load, apparently. Okay, you just have to take my word for it. This is taking forever. We'll come back over to here. So now that we have this automation set up, it's time to talk about triggers and how we want this one to work. Alright guys, so now that we've built out the automation, I've just set our trigger down here to run this daily at 9 a.m. That is a trigger that you would have to sort of make your own decision on and pick what suits your business. That concludes the tutorial, guys. If you got any value out of this, drop a like or a comment, subscribe, and if you need any help building out your own Monday.com CRM or any automations, just shoot me an email. Thanks for watching.